Hi there, this is Yoga with Deanna. I'm Deanna and this is Boz. And for today's yoga practice, I'll be leading you through a energizing 20-minute flow that you can do anytime when you need that little boost of energy. It's a great practice to do first thing in the morning or even mid-afternoon, or when you just need to get out of your mind and into your body. So grab a mat, find a comfortable place, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, yogis, here we go for our 20-minute flow. Find a seated, comfortable position, and we'll start here. This is Bosley. Tuning into your breath. So just closing the eyes. We'll take a quick minute here just to settle in. Maybe setting an intention for your 20-minute practice. Maybe that's finding more energy. Maybe it's tapping into your internal environment. Maybe it's letting go of any anxiety, any to-do lists, anything on your agenda, and just being here for these 20 minutes together. Starting to lengthen that inhale and exhale through the nose. Finding a little bit more length through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. We'll begin to open the eyes. I got a little yoga partner here. We'll sweep the arms all the way up and overhead. Bring the gaze with you. Exhale, releasing that down. This time we'll sweep that left arm all the way up. Coming into a twist on this side. Finding a little bit more space between the ribs and then releasing that left arm down. This time we'll sweep the right arm all the way up and overhead. Reach for the fingertips, shine that heart open. And then we'll release that hand down. We'll walk the hands forward, coming up onto your fingertips. We're going to round the head forward. Just breathing into the back of the body, breathing into the back of the heart. Pressing through the seat. And then we'll walk our hands in. We're going to come right on over into a tabletop position. Okay, boss. Sit down. Yeah, he's really excited about yoga today. Somebody's got energy. Okay, boss, stop. And then as we inhale, we'll begin to lift the gaze. Coming into our first cow. So drop the belly, lift the tailbone, find a little length in the front of the body, anchor the shoulders away from the ears, and then rounding the back as you exhale, press away from the mat, finding that arch, shining again that back of the heart towards the sky, pressing into the palms, bringing that gaze towards your belly button. And then here we go. Inhale to lift, moving into cow. Exhale, pressing you into cat. Inhale through cow. Exhale, cat. Just really bringing some movement into the spine. We'll do 2 more rounds of that on your own. Maybe even closing the eyes here, just tuning into that sensation in the spine. And then we'll come back through tabletop, walk the hands forward, keep that booty lifted, those hips lifted, and then drop the chest and chin maybe between the hands here. Maybe lowering the forehead, maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't, that's okay. Just getting a nice stretch in the underarms, across the collarbone, little connection here to the earth, to grounding us. And then we'll walk the hands back in. We're going to tuck those toes under, coming into a downward dog. But this first one, we'll keep those toes, those knees really bent and start to pedal out the feet. This might be your first downward dog or your first stretch for the day. Just take some time to tune into what feels good in your body. And then we're going to bring our body forward through plank. Hang out here for a moment. Start to activate that core. Tuck the belly in towards the spine. Feel the length in the back of the body. Press through the heels. Glutes are engaged. And then hips up and back. Downward facing dog. On this next one, we're going to bring the left foot between the hands. We'll come into that runner's lunge. So stacking that knee right over that ankle. And just hanging out here for a minute, maybe rocking a little forwards and back. And then we'll drop that back knee, release the knee and the foot to the floor, and then sweep the arms overhead, coming into low lunge, Anjani Asana. Bending the elbows, opening the chest, cactusing the arms. Feeling that heart just lifting, shining up towards the sky. Hands will come in towards prayer pose. Right elbow comes across that left knee, coming into a little twist. Staying with that breath. Then as we release the twist, we'll bring the hands back to the mat. We're going to step that right foot all the way forward, coming into a forward fold. Knees will be bent on this first one here. Release the head, shake it out, maybe just a little yes and no. Then we'll walk the hands up the shins, up the thighs, and come all the way up into a standing pose. And then exhale, release the hands by the sides. Sweep the arms all the way overhead. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, hands come back to the mat. Step that left foot back now. We're in this high lunge pose or this runner's lunge. Let yourself get set up here. Maybe a little rock forward and back. Then we'll lower that back knee, release the foot, sweep the arms all the way up. Soften those shoulders down. And then cactusing the arms, bending the elbows, drawing that chest forward. Saying you're ready for your day. We'll bring the arms towards the heart center, prayer pose, and then cross that left elbow over the right knee, coming into the twist on the other side. And then we'll unwind that twist. Hands come towards the mat. We're going to step back into our downward dog. Hips are up high, making that V shape again with the body, pressing the heels towards the mat. Arms are long, fingers spread, pressing into the knuckles. And then we'll shift that body weight forward, coming back into a plank. This time you have an option of lowering the knees, or you can stay up high and lower all the way down through plank. Coming to the mat, Advasana, belly towards the floor. We're going to zip up those legs. Draw the elbows down towards the side of the body. Fingertips are below the collarbone. And then peel that head, neck, and chest off the mat. Low cobra. We'll release that back down. Tuck the toes up. Use the knees if you need to make it back to downward dog. All right, and then we'll shift that left foot between the hands. This time we're going to stay up high into a crescent lunge. So set up those feet, get the foundation firm, and then come up into this high crescent pose or high lunge. You can press through that back leg, really straightening your right leg, feeling that stretch in the thigh. Bending the elbows, cactusing the arms, lifting through the chest, maybe finding a little challenge with your balance there. And then we'll release the hands back to the mat. We're going to step all the way forward, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, release. And then inhale, reverse swan dive as you come all the way back up. And exhale, hands through heart center. And then we'll release into Tadasana. Move right into that other side. Sweeping the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, release. Step that left foot back. And this time we'll set up on this side for crescent lunge. So pressing into both feet, lengthening through that left leg, and then sweeping the arms overhead. Working towards 90 degrees with that front knee. But wherever you are today, just press into that back heel, lengthening that back leg. Cactus both arms, lift through the chest. And then we'll release the hands to the mat. We'll step both feet back to meet at the back of your mat for a downward dog. And then as we come forward on an inhale, returning to plank pose. Again, an option here to drop the knees or come all the way down. Tucking the elbows in towards the sides, zip up the legs, and this time you can come into another low cobra, or maybe you're ready for a high cobra, keeping that slight bend in the elbows here. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then we'll lower back down. It's almost dinner time for the doggy. We'll press ourselves back into a downward dog. I imagine this is what doing yoga with a toddler would be like. And then we'll walk our hands back towards our feet. Ragdoll as we slowly unwind, squeeze the glutes together, stacking the vertebrae, coming all the way up. And release down. And then we're going to walk towards the top of your mat. Step that left foot back. We'll come into a warrior two. So just lining up that heel to arch alignment. Start to bend towards 90 with that front knee, stacking it over the ankle. Hips are open in this pose, facing that long edge of your mat. And then when you're ready, you feel equal weight between both feet. You can begin to bring the arms into that warrior pose. Bring your gaze over the middle finger, pressing into both feet evenly. Notice if you have a tendency here to stick the booty out. See if you can draw it back underneath you. Soften the shoulders down. Feel that heat building in the body. And then we'll flip that front palm as we exalt our warrior, following that hand all the way back. And then exhale, come back through warrior two. Start to straighten that right leg, that front leg, and then reach towards the top of the mat. Reach until you can't go any further, and then pivot only the arms, coming into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Hand might be on your shin, or maybe walk the hand up a little higher, maybe onto the thigh. Just find that lift through the spine. Imagining the body is between two panes of glass here. And then we'll lift that left arm to come all the way back up. Release the hands. We're going to come through center, paralleling the feet here. Maybe the toes come in slightly, heels out. And then sweep the arm all the way up. As we exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips in this wide pose. Bringing the hands towards the ground. Release the head. Maybe you shake it out a little here. And then find a flat back. Sweep your right arm all the way up, coming into a twist. Release that hand back to the mat, back to the floor, and then we'll sweep the left arm all the way up. Release that hand back down. We'll bring both hands to the hips, and then with a flat back, we'll start to lift all the way back up. And then bringing the heels in, the toes out. I'm going to just shift a little from side to side, getting that inner thigh area. We have a lot of blood flow in our legs, so this is a great just little posture, little pose to help energize the body. And then we'll come down into a goddess pose. So knees are tracking out, toes are pointing out. Fingers come thumb towards pointer finger, opening up that chest. We'll just be here for a moment. This is tough. You are brave. And then inhale as you reach, straightening the legs, lifting the chest and the arms to 5-pointed star. And then exhale, release back down into that goddess pose. And then inhale, lift one more time, 5-pointed star. And then exhale, we're going to move right into warrior two on this other side. So that right foot will be angled about 45 degrees, bending towards 90, with that left foot now facing maybe towards the back of your mat. That's how you have it set up. And then when you feel nice and stable in the feet, begin to bring the arms up. Feel that heat in the body. Feel the pulse maybe start to increase. I know I'm starting to feel a little sweaty. And then we'll flip that left palm, follow it all the way back, exalting our warrior. And then exhale back through warrior two. Straightening that left leg now and then reaching towards the back of your mat. Reach. And then pivoting only the arms. Coming into triangle on this side. That gaze can be down for a little bit more support and balance. Or maybe you'd like to challenge that balance today and bring the gaze up towards that right arm. And just check in where your hips, where your booty is. Can you tuck them underneath? Finding that one long line of energy. And then use that right hand to lift you all the way back out. We'll release the hands down. We're going to swivel over towards that left foot. Step all the way back into downward dog. Inhale through plank. You can lower the knees or just come all the way down with control. Zipping up the legs, either low lunge, or either low cobra or high cobra here. And then we'll release that back to the mat. Stacking the hands on top of each other, bringing the forehead towards the top of your hand, bending the knees, and then just a little windshield wiper back and forth. We'll press ourselves back up, coming onto our seat here. And we'll end our practice with a little Kapalabhati, also known as breath of fire. In Sanskrit, it means skull shining or skull illuminating. It is a great breath just to boost your energy, bring better blood circulation throughout the body. It's also great for toning your abdominal muscles and has so many other great benefits. So how it works is you'll just sit up tall. We'll be breathing in and out through the nose. That inhale will come passively, and you'll be pressing the breath out through the nostrils as you snap the belly button in. So no, that's a lot of steps, but I'll show you what it looks like. It'll look a little something like this. So just slow and steady at your own pace, pressing the air out through the nose, snapping the belly button in towards the spine, and we'll all join in together here. So sit up tall. Maybe you want to put your hands on your knees, or you can bring your thumb and your forefinger together here, or your pointer finger together. And then we'll take a big breath in. Exhale. Take a tiny breath in and begin. And let it go. We're going to do one more round just like that. We'll take a full breath in. Filling all the way to the top. Open the mouth, let it go. Take a tiny breath in and begin. And relax. Don't worry if you don't feel like you got it on that first one. This takes a little bit of practice, so feel free to rewind or even maybe slow it down. Practice on your own. Kapalabhati is a great breath, that breath of fire, just to get us back into our bodies, get our energy flowing, and also to help tone up that core. So thank you so much for joining me for this brief, quick, energizing 20-minute flow. Have a beautiful rest of your day, yogis. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe so that you're alerted when I post new videos. If you're interested in nutrition or boosting the immune system, I have a wonderful golden medicinal tonic that I absolutely love. It's my favorite tea, it's my favorite paste, has a ton of medicinal benefits, and I'll be posting it here as well. Enjoy!